right here in the UK, in my shop. Welcome to NoFabs. We're back, baby. 2025, season 2 NoFabs. Let's see what this year holds for us.
The first job back in the workshop 2025 is this F-Series BMW 335D. The one thing that's always bugged me about these 335Ds is the way they did the exhaust system on the back of the car. The 335D should have never come looking like a 320D.
So today, we're going to change that. We're going to be installing this. This is a dual exit conversion diffuser from carbonfactory.co.uk. If you want one of these for your car, go onto the website at the checkout, use the discount code NAWFABS. That'll get you a small discount, and if we're fitting it, and use my discount code, I'll install it for free. Can't say fairer than that. Win-win for everybody. We get a bit of commission, you get a free install. Happy days. So yes, this is going to be installed on this car. We'll have a little look at the tips, what she's chose. She's chose 4-inch stainless basic tips, which will look nice on this car. Let's go in my new cabinet then and get the tailpipes, what she's chose. Now I'm nervous about this cabinet. These were from wedding shop. So they used to have like little plastic figures and stuff in them. Now I've got so much weight on all these glass shelves with these tailpipes. I'm just waiting for the day I touch one and it all just goes shatters to the floor. Hopefully not. So we have to be really careful in here. But the tailpipe she's chosen are these ones. 4-inch tips. Gonna look really nice on that car. So sick, but scared of them. Right, so I'm going to get a quick before sound check on this. Probably not going to sound a great deal different because looking at this is telling me DPF still in place. That's one good telltale way to tell. If you're not sure if your car's got a DPF in, if you can put your fingers in and they come out clean, chances are DPF's in. If it weren't in, they'd be sooty. So this is probably not going to sound that much different. But we'll gear before, we'll gear it after so you can hear it. So here's before. That exhaust is absolutely silent, absolutely no noise whatsoever. Right, let's get it up, get this diffuser on.
So installing the diffuser on one of these is actually really simple. There's 7 screws or 7 bolts what hold it in. You've got 2 8mm either side and then you've got 3 10mm down the middle. Remove all of those and simply get hold of it, give it a good old pull. Expect a lot of muck, a lot of leaves and a lot of road grime to fall out. It always gathers behind there. This is normal. Can be quite stiff, don't be shy. Give it a good old pull and your old one will pop straight off into your hands really easily. Once that's out of the way, you are going to have to cut the old exhaust off as you will not be able to fit the new diffuser with the old exhaust in place.
Look at my floor already. Filthy. This is going to be a nightmare, this black floor. But here's the first leg then. Back box cut off out of the way. We're going to put a V-band on that now, so we're just going to whip that off. Get that put on there like that. That gives us something to work from. Come up into a split. We need to get diffuser on. Once Connor's whipped that mid-pipe off, I'll come down and I'll get this diffuser on.
So once your old exhaust out of the way, it's going to be time to install the new diffuser. Now I'm going to give you a couple of little tips and tricks here. This can be tricky, I'm going to make this look really easy, but that's because I've done lots of them in the past. First thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to pop these reflectors out. Why, you may be wondering? Just trust me, take them out, it makes it much easier to get the new diffuser in. Now they can be a little bit fiddly to get out, you're going to want something like a pick or a pointy screwdriver to pop these out. And as you can see, the very end one is actually a slide. It slides in, not pulls, so make sure you don't snap that. You sort of slide it towards the reg plate on both sides. Once you've done that, time for the most important step. Use the little screwdriver, make sure you pick all the muck and all the crud out of the little bumper grooves. This is really important or your new diffuser is not going to clip in correctly. Once all the muck and crud's out of the way, it's showtime. Let's get this diffuser in. Now there is a little bit of a knack to these. That I cannot teach you over a video. The only thing I will say is just make sure all the little clips are in line with the holes in the bumper. I recommend starting on one side like I have done here, working your way across till you get to the other side.
And that's it. Took me 30 seconds as you can see. Why I like the Carbon Factory ones. Also, like I said, it does make it easier taking these out. If you do leave them in, you are going to struggle a little bit, trust me. Just take them out, it makes your life much easier. Right, we'll get the screws back in, get the reflectors back in, start building exhaust. And as quick as that, we're ready to start building exhaust. So Connor's got that on there now, V-band's all on there, welded on. That gives us a point to work from. Next thing, we need to make a split. A 2-to-1 split, 3-inch to twin 2.5-inch outlet. And then we can link it to his tailpipes. Right, let's make one of them. What are these new lights like? Are they glary on my camera? not too bad. I feel like they're better than old ones. I feel like they're definitely better than old ones. Old ones were really glary, which is why I wanted to get rid of them. They don't look too bad. Hopefully you all enjoyed the content on the Escort as well, by the way. I'm not going to give in with that. We are going to get it done one way or other. At the moment it's looking like I'm building my own loom, but we shall see.
So first step of this split is we're going to put 2 marks on a bend. You'll see one is the centre line of the bend and then one is slightly offset. That's going to leave us with an oval hole once we've cut both parts, and you're going to see why later on.
And now you can see what I mean by the oval hole. Like that, look. So that's a problem because it's never going to match up to 3-inch. But once it's welded, get it on our expander, on our swager, which is essentially a cone like opens up like that, and it'll swage it back round again, and that will match up pretty perfect to 3-inch. Right, we need to weld it now. Let's weld it. First up, we're just going to tack it together. It's a little bit off. Could be right. Feels weird welding. We've had practically a month off doing all at workshop, and then over Christmas and that, it's been practically a month off. It feels weird. I've still got it. Right, we're going to need to purge that.
So I've been saying in some of my other videos that I'm going to treat myself to some new purge equipment. Well, I did, but it has not come in time here. So I'm resulting back to using the old trusty masking tape. But in future videos, I'm going to be using my much nicer new purge equipment.
Let's see if I can still do it after a month off then. No, I'm not going to start all the way ahead because it just burns tape. So we're going to start a little bit further back and then we cut excess off. It feels like it's my first day welding. Not too bad, not my best weld, but I've seen worse. That'll be sound. Right, we'll cool him down. We'll take it over to expander. Right, we need to round it off now to 3-inch. Here's a little bit of 3-inch, look. And you can see it's obviously way off. Looking at that, it might end up going over 3-inch, we'll see. Whatever works best. If it goes over it, it goes over it. If not, it's not. So, see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna end up going over it, I think. Where's my 3-inch setting, which is there. Hey, what boys, that's close enough for me. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a flat off on Linisher, and I'll get a bit of this tape glue off, get a bit of clean up, and that is close enough for me. There we go, 3-inch to 2.5-inch outlet. Nice. So this is the bit what's crucial. It don't matter how good your welds are, or how good everything looks. If you don't get them tips square to each other, job's a mess. Like, you can get one tip pointing up, one level, one pointing down, or if they look bozz-eyed like this when they're on car, yeah, it's a bad job at that point, no matter how nice your welds are. So we'll always spend a little bit of extra time, which is why I've got like 4 stands, bits of cardboard in all tips you'll see. That just allows me to just make sure everything is absolutely perfect before we tack it up. Like that, we're pretty much tacked up. I'll show you what I mean, look. Everything all looks nice and level when you look at it. All looks nice and level to the car. Tips are pointing straight, one's not pointing off and one's not pointing up or down. Everything's looking nice and level. I tell you when, you probably only say checking upsweep. Let me try and show you what I mean by upsweep. Upsweep is when I stand to the side like this and I use my eyeball and I look down both the pipes and make sure this one's not pointing up and other one's pointing down, or one's level and one's up. I'm trying to make sure that both the bottoms of the tips are completely level when I look at it. And I don't know if you can tell on camera. When I look with my eyeballs, they're pretty damn close, I tell you. Right, hangers then. We need to make some hangers for this now. That's all tacked together. It's welded on that joint there. It's welded there. It's only tacked at V-band for a second. If you don't want weld there, tag on there. But we'll get some hangers on this and then we'll take it off and weld it in one go. There we go, first job 2025 completed in the new workshop. Floor's filthy, I'm gonna have to mop floor every day. It's a nightmare. But that exhaust was absolutely sick. I'll get it down, show you it doesn't sound any different, and then maybe if I've got time, might test it out on my new draggy, because we're gonna have a little draggy leaderboard for more faster cars. I think this is just bone stock. So it'll be a nice base, see what a stock 335D will do. Then when we get like tune ones in future, we can test them against a stock one. All that jazz. Right, let's get it down, see if it sounds any different. It won't. Right, see what it sounds like. Right, are you ready? You ready for the big change? Barely any difference. The tiniest little bit of difference, so you won't even tell when you're in car. Like you won't tell the difference. So that's what they sound like with the DPF still in place. That's what they sound like. Hardly any difference. But a big upgrade on visuals. Looks 10 times better. That's how the 335s should have come looking. They should have never come looking like a 320D. That's how they should have looked. Right, we've got time, I think. Let's go and see what traffic's like. If traffic's clear, we'll try and get a draggy running. Right, so we're only out in this really to have a go at draggy, just to see what draggy's like. I've never used it, and we are getting like a little bit of a leaderboard. So a lot of people ask for it, and I feel like a 335D is a good base one, especially when I think this is a standard car. It's a nice base one to just have a trial run with, really, see what it goes like. In terms of exhaust though, no sound whatsoever. Doesn't sound any different, which we knew. Told you that, didn't I, before we started it? It doesn't sound any different. They never do it DPFing. Right, I reckon we can almost get a standstill here. It's quiet as out.
What?
Dead stop.
Yeah.
Reset.
Go.
Up an hill, by the way, so. A decent run, up an hill. Quarter mile, 14.63 seconds, up quite a steep hill. This airfield's up an hill. So yeah, not bad to say that we're up an hill. For a stock car as well. 4-wheel drive, they're big everything, aren't they? So there we go, boys. Welcome to season 2 of NoFabs 2025. Let's see what this year holds for us. Car-wise, booking-wise, at the moment I've not actually got that many booked in because, as you know, we've been doing workshop. If you haven't already watched that video, click the link in the description, watch the workshop video. So we wasn't taking many bookings over Christmas and New Year for that, just because I was trying to get that done. So yeah, my wait list at the moment is actually relatively short. But I have had a couple of people message me, few fun little things. Somebody actually messaged me about an EK Civic Turbo. yeah, that I've been wanting one of them on channel for a long time. Been wanting a Civic Turbo on channel for a long time, so I need to get back to him actually. Just reminded me. I'll try and get back to all of you. I've got a load of messages to get through. I'm going to get back to all of you as soon as I can. But yeah, in terms of bookings at the moment, it's just, we'll see what turns up, because I've not really got that much in. Probably got like 2, maybe 3 weeks worth of work booked in. Nothing crazy exciting, just a lot of it is just the usual, but we'll try and bring some content as much as I can. Yeah, peace out. Catch you in the next video.